was feeling quite frustrated. We'd just moved to WA, so it was a new state. I didn't know what sort of options were out there in terms of what organisations I could access. We was in a new house, so I felt like I had to start all over again with trying to work out what I needed in the home, how I was going to live in this new house, how it would work for me, what things I needed set up. There were certain parts of the house that I needed quite a lot of help with, and I felt like I didn't really have much control or independence.
I was feeling quite stressed because Jenny was stressed. She was feeling really anxious, especially going to the shower. There was no grab rails, the floor could be slippery, and it just made me really anxious. We would walk into the shower together, but it was just real tension, and it just made me feel really stressed. I was really surprised by the assessment because we've seen other people who say that they work with disabilities, but it's never really come to any conclusion. But the assessor who came, I felt that there was a real relationship building exercise going on. She got to know Jenny, she got to know me, she asked Jenny what she needed. She wasn't told, we think this would be good for you, but they also listened to me and said, well, what do you think? And it was very relaxed, and I felt quite positive that, Jenny was going to get the outcome that she wanted, which was to feel safe in her own home.
Up until that point, I'd been told quite a lot of different information by a lot of different people, and when the actual assessment happened, the assessor really took the time to get to know me, my lifestyle, my situation, and to find out what I was struggling with. And they took the time to go around the house, walk through the house with me, and for me to visually show them how I was struggling. And they gave me so much time and information that I felt I hadn't had before. They also broke it down with me to work out what was important now and what was important in the future. So it wasn't so overwhelming that we had to try and do everything at once. It was more work out what I needed now, what was important now for me to be safe and independent, and then all the other stuff we could look at further down the line. So that was really good. So one of the things that came up in the assessment that was really important to me was at night time I had to get someone to turn the light on for me in my bedroom, and if I woke up at night I also needed someone to come and turn the light on, so I'd have to text my mum or my brother and ask them to come in. And then I found out about smart light bulbs, which means I can turn my light on and off just using my phone, and that's what I did. And now I literally just open my phone, find the app, and I can turn my light on myself and turn it off myself, which again, really small and simple, but it's made a big difference to me. So at the end of the assessment, I started to feel really positive. I felt for the first time in sort of 3 or 4 months, but I finally had a plan and some structure as to how I could move forward. Not only be safe in the home, gain independence, but also just get a bit of control back for my own life. I also felt really positive knowing that it was going to have a big impact on my mum, being my full-time carer.
Well, it's allowed me to step back a bit. I've always, as her primary carer, tried to, support Jenny as much as I can, but I'm also aware that I need to step back. I wasn't able to step back in things like showering because that was really important to her, but now I'm stepping back a little bit and, just waiting for her to ask for help, whereas before I didn't because I knew she needed it. So I think that's great that I can step back and just watch her, and I think I've got a smile on my face because she's got a smile on her face.
If I hadn't have done what you've done, I wouldn't be here where I am today, and I wouldn't be feeling what I'm feeling. Like, for me, anxiety has been such a big part of my recovery. And that in the shower, not being able to have a shower because I was so anxious and so frightened. But a shower, that's part of brushing your teeth and doing your hair. It was such a big impact on me, but honestly, to be able to have a shower and not even think about it now is just another tick in the box.
Jenny's whole attitude has changed. She's just blossoming. She's just very confident. Jenny was always a very confident person prior to her brain injury, so she lost that confidence. But I just see a whole difference in her. She's looking to the future. She's feeling just happy, I think is the word.
So for me, I decided to really break down sort of what I wanted to do and where I'm at in life, and so I came up with 3 different categories. So I've got things that I want to do, so I just things that I enjoy or would like to achieve, things that are really important that I have to do, and then there's things that I've already done or achieved. And each category is really important, but in different ways. So each time I achieve something on my to-do list, I can tick it off and then I can move it over. And for me, being able to sit in here and visually look at that, number one, it gives me the chance to look at what I've done and achieved already and sort of pat myself on the back that I've got there and I've done that, but also then I can look at what I need to do next. And then I can break it down even more and think, okay, to achieve that, what do I need to do? What are the next steps I need to take? And I found that sort of being in rehab and recovery in this situation, there was a lot in my head and I couldn't sort of keep up with it all. So by writing it down and breaking it down visually, I feel like I just have a bit more structure and a bit more of a plan going forward, and it keeps me on track. So I feel now that the home is kind of really accessible now. I've got what I need and I feel safe and independent. I'd like to get more out into the community, access the community more, get more confident at accessing the community, feeling more able to attend social events. So things that are sort of important to me now will be looking at driving, getting back to driving, looking at wheelchairs that I can be accessible in and independent in. And just sort of being part of the community. I'd like to look at how I can give back and feel like I'm contributing, so whether that's through volunteering or sharing knowledge or just helping organisations in the sort of stroke and recovery sector. I'd really like to get involved in that. And just generally getting out and about, so cooking classes, social groups, workshops, that kind of thing, yeah.